against Brighton, I believe all you football fans, especially Chelsea fans, will be excited for the upcoming season. But what exactly do Timo Werner and Ziyech offer in this Chelsea squad? For Timo Werner, Chelsea spent €53 million to sign the German starman from RB Leipzig. Werner has scored 28 goals and assisted 8 times in the Bundesliga last season. That is already 40% of Chelsea's goal total from last season. As we all know, Werner is not a striker that is good in the air or is physically strong to hold off defenders to get hold of the ball to bring players forward. Instead, he needs freedom and he likes to drop deep and get on the ball and run at defenders using his pace. As Frank Lampard tends to play a 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 formation in most of the game last season, it can be foreseen that Timo Werner is likely to play as a striker or left winger or even as a centre forward this season. In the game against Brighton, Werner was assigned to play as a lone striker with Loftus-Cheek behind him. Brighton strikers set up as a mid-block and both forward man marking the Chelsea two midfielders, Kovacic and Conte. However, Werner dropped really deep to collect the ball. By dropping deep, it created an overload in the midfield so Chelsea can easily play out from the back through the centre. Even in the final third, Werner looked to receive the ball in between Brighton's defensive line and midfield line. That dragged the Brighton defender out of position and Hudson-Odoi could have ran into spaces in behind if he could saw it earlier. Werner is a player that is good with the ball and he likes to link up with his midfielders. As soon as he dropped deep to receive, it attracted the Brighton's defender to step up, which then opened up spaces for his teammate to the wide areas. For Ziyech, he is Frank Lampard's first signing with a transfer fee of €40 million. Despite playing in Holland, he has recorded 4.6 shots per game as well as 3.7 chances created per game, which shows he is a real threat in the final third, especially with his long pass ability. He also scored 48 goals and assisted 82 times in just 181 appearances playing for Ajax. Ziyech is seen as one of the best attacking players in the world, which he can play various positions such as right winger, attacking midfielder or even central midfielder. Back in Ajax, Ziyech was given a free role on the pitch but mainly playing on the right, cutting in to create chances. In the game against Brighton, Ziyech played as a right winger in Chelsea's 4-3-3 with Reece James behind him as a right back. However, Reece James often invert and play as a midfielder when Chelsea attacks. That leaves Ziyech out wide 1v1 against the opponent's left back when the boys played into him. Let's have a look. Reece James invert and received the ball in the central position. He then played the ball to Ziyech. The Brighton left back stepped up to defend Ziyech and James immediately ran into the spaces in behind. However, the Brighton's midfielder who was marking James was also aware, so he tracked back with James. That leaves Ziyech a lot of spaces to play an accurate long ball to Hudson-Odoi. And again, Reece James received the ball in the midfield and dribbled forward. Ziyech was at the sideline one-on-one against the Brighton's left wing-back. Werner also came short, which dragged the Brighton defender out of position. Meanwhile, the ball was played to Ziyech and he cleverly found Werner, who ran right in behind the Brighton's defense. Then, the ball was played back to Ziyech and he's got a lot of spaces to cut into to find the opposite winger Hudson-Odoi, who nearly converted into a goal. That is how Chelsea scored their first goal. James inverted and left Ziyech down the sideline. He then did what he loves the most, whipping in an accurate cross for Hudson-Odoi, and somehow Werner turned it into a goal. Ziyech also loves to take shots around the edge of the box. Because Werner is not a target forward who goes into the box and head the ball, in fact, he chose to come short to receive the cross from James and set it up to Ziyech, who nearly allowed Ziyech to have an open shot around 20 yards out if the pass was better. This pattern of play will be expected to be seen in the upcoming season. Nevertheless, These types of counter-attack long balls from Ziyech to Werner will also likely to be seen, as Ziyech is so good at long passing and Werner has the pace to take on any defenders in the Premier League. Last but not least, goals like this are also likely to be seen, as Werner loves to be on the left and Ziyech will be able to find him with his accurate long balls over the top. Thanks for watching our video. If you like it, go smash the like button, subscribe our channel and follow our Instagram as well as Twitter account. Goodbye!